Get your mind and body rejuvenated with Monarch Montage, Skin Science and Medical Aesthetics, located in New York and Manila, bringing health and beauty wherever you go. From a simple Botox to a fat-reducing and muscle mass-gaining M-Skull. For more information about their quality services and locations, call or text 917-633-7710 or email at monarchmontage@gmail.com. Monarch Montage, the beauty and health continuum. And now, join us as we speak with your favorite Filipino celebrities and inspiring people. This is the podcast for global Filipinos around the globe. This is Over a Glass or Two.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Live from New York and New Jersey, the #1 online show in the East Coast. Your host, Jesse and J-Cats.
Bulaga! Hello, house, everyone! Here we are again.
Yes! Happy what's
Hump Day!
Hump Day! Happy Hump Day, everyone!
Yes. Would you believe when
Happy
I logged
Wednesday.
When I logged in at work earlier, akala ko Friday na.
I know, I thought it's really Friday, no? Grabe. Kumusta po kayong lahat? My God, a belated happy Thanksgiving. I think we were gone for like a week or more, right? Nako, mas matatagalan tayo after Christmas.
Isang linggo lang. Ano ka
1 week ba?
Oo.
After
7 days
Christmas,
nga.
mas matagal.
7 days nga lang eh.
I know, it felt like, I don't know, I haven't done a podcast in a while. So anyways, kumusta po kayong lahat? It's 9:39 p.m. Wednesday night here in the US, especially in New York and New Jersey. So, kumusta po sa aming dearest USA? At sa Pilipinas naman po, it's Thursday morning. It's 10:30 a.m. So, kumusta po at manood po kayo sa aming mahal na mga Pilipinas. Ikaw naman, J-Cast, go!
Yes, straight from Brooklyn. Good morning po sa lahat ng Filipinos and non-Filipinos in different time zones, in different dimensions, in different continents, in different galaxies, in this whole wide multiverse! Excited tayo kasi!
Grabe, na-starstruck
International
ako.
Hollywood actor sa sala na naman tayo today.
Oh my God, napanood natin siya lahat. Alam mo, sa sobrang busy ko kanina, hindi ko na nga nagawa yung yung nails ko. Sabi ko, you know what? I don't care. Sobra namang, I'm sure napaka-humble nitong ating special guest for tonight. I'm so excited, my God. Thank you so much, MJ Racadio.
Thank you, MJ.
Thank you for hooking us up. Oh my God, thank you, my God. You're the best, I love you. So anyways, before tayo mag-start, at I'm sure a lot of people would want to know more about our very special guest, Mr. Reggie Lee. I'm sure napapanood nila to, no? Like what? From the Pirates of the Caribbean?
Kahit saan, nandun siya.
Anywhere. Alam mo, seriously, when I years and years ago, when I watched him, a friend of mine told me, Jesse's Filipino. I was like, no way, no shit. I thought he's Chinese.
Ako din,
Pinoy
promise.
pala. Kaya sobrang, nakaka-proud talaga sobra. So anyways, before we introduce our special guest, we would like to say hi to those people who first wrote the comment. Unang-una si Jamie Ortega. Hi, Jamie. Mukhang pretty si Ate Jamie. Oh. Hi. V! Hi, V!
Hi, V. It's been a while, ha? Kumusta naman ang dating life mo? So, sino ngayon ang lalaki mo, V?
Kailangan nating drink, ano tawag ito? Virtual drinking. Kasi V is from Canada. Marlu, hi Marlu, how are you?
Marlu from YouTube.
Yes. Moy, Zabala. Wena,
Stanislav Zabala, yes.
Yes. Uy, Wena, we miss you.
Hi,
Kwentuhan
Weng.
tayo, Weng, ha? I know na busy rin ako. Tita Ma is here. MJ,
Hi,
hello.
Tita Ma.
Angelo Alvarez. Uy, nabuhay si Angelo. How
Hi,
are
Angelo.
you? Uy, si Mylene din.
Hi, Mylene.
Uy, Mylene, I miss you. I know. Oh,
From
may linaw
Vegas.
dito si V. I know. I hope one of these days
Sabay pa kayo
makabalik
talaga
tayo
ni
ng
V
Vegas.
nandito.
I know. Wow. So anyways, JCast, come on. Introduce our special guest for tonight. Go!
Yes, our guest is a Filipino-American actor known for starring in the TV series Prison Break and Grimm. Also active in Hollywood films, he is recognized for his contribution to the Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise. He started in theater acting in 1992 when he joined a national tour of the musical Miss Saigon. 2 years later, he was featured in the Broadway revival of Carousel. From 2017 to 2019, he had such roles in various TV shows such as Brooklyn Nine-Nine, LA to Vegas, NCIS, New Orleans, and Fresh Off the Boat, to name a few. This multi-talented personality is also a musician and a comic book artist.
Grabe,
Let's
no?
buckle
Lahat
up.
na.
Yes, siya na lahat. Let's buckle up and get to know our kababayan who's truly making waves in Hollywood. Let's welcome the talented actor, Mr. Reggie Lee.
I have a glass. I'm toasting to everybody.
Oh my God.
Ang galing naman ng intro mo.
Oo, siyempre.
I feel so humbled by your intro.
Kulang pa nga yun eh.
Kulang pa yun.
Kulang pa? No. But you know what? Okay, here's the thing. Wait, did you say that I'm also a comic book artist and a musician?
Yes.
Yes.
Hindi. Yung ano ko,
Yung
wait, I
kapatid mo.
think that's somewhere on my wiki. Yes.
It is. Yes.
So yung kapatid ko, my younger brother is a comic book artist. My youngest brother is a musician.
Ayan.
So I wish I could do both of those.
Oh,
but thank you for the credit.
But you are But you are a singer as
But
well.
I am an actor.
And an actor, a
That I'll
singer, and a
claim.
dancer.
Lahat pag-uusapan natin yan mamaya.
Oh my
Goodness.
God. I cannot believe you speak Tagalog. I swear. I thought you're just like, okay, we will speak English the whole time. Eh, nagtatagalog naman pala
We could. Yeah, no, you guys are intimidating to me. It's like,
I know.
I have the worst Tagalog accent in the world. But can I tell you that when I first came to the States, I did not want to speak English. My mom told me I did not want to speak English.
Oh, wow.
And then I went to my first day of school and I came back and I did not want to speak Tagalog. So,
Like
but,
after a few days.
I grew up in Ohio. So it's like,
Oh, Ohio.
ang puti.
Mga puti,
Oo
no?
nga.
Mga puti.
Puro puti
So,
doon.
I naturally, I was like, okay, yeah, I kind of went away from my Filipino heritage for a long time and I embraced it later in life. And I'm so glad because it's like everything to me.
But
You know.
wait, how old were you when you went to the US?
I was 5.5, almost 6.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
can really speak. Yeah, you can really
Yeah.
speak
Oo.
at that time.
Na-inculcate na yung Tagalog noon.
Imagine mga puti. So that means growing up, like, because I have a lot of friends like who grew up in a, like a white community, and they thought like they're white, and we call them like banana.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
yellow
There's
on the outside,
there's a lot of names,
white on the
actually.
inside.
Full
Right?
on. I can't tell you any of my friends. May organization sa Ohio because my dad was a physician. I think it was like and he was a member of this organization called PASO, and it was the Philippine American Society of Ohio. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
literally like they would get together, they would play mahjong. I would have to stay over someone's house until the morning because they would play until the morning.
Oh
I mean,
my
the Filipinos got together, but I'll tell you that my generation was completely whitewashed. I mean, we were all
Really?
white in Ohio. Yeah,
Oh wait, there's
Completely.
very few Filipino there, or maybe
there's some,
5 people.
but not a lot. Not a lot, like
Oh,
5
wow.
exactly. No, I was brought up in Cleveland, so it was
Oh, yeah.
a few of us, and we're still friends now, which I
Oh,
love.
wow.
But everyone's kind of all over the States. But it was pretty white. when I first did Miss Saigon, I came in to the rehearsal and I was like, wow, there's a lot of Asian people here.
Like,
this is not
What
this is
is
not
this?
the usual. Ano ba to? This is not right. Because I'm used to being the only Asian person. So it was really
Oh,
great.
wow.
So I think that's what started because there were so many Filipinos. Miss Saigon, it's like full of Filipinos
Yeah.
all the time. And we just bonded. I mean, we just bonded. It was like I found my long lost brother,
Oh,
and I was like, oh
wow.
my God, there's another Filipino that wants to do the same thing I want to do. And we're here and we're kind of doing it. That's kind of weird.
I know,
So
but
it was
yeah.
exciting.
But so what? Oh, okay. So wait, actually, Direct said okay
Oo
because we
nga.
have this
Okay, let's
protocol
take it back.
here. No, we have a protocol here before we discuss about that. Like you're growing up, since we're so excited to know better. To know you
Yeah.
better, especially how you grew up in the Filipino household. But
Yeah.
before that, we have to make a toast because we have
Oh,
this
toast.
protocol here.
Yeah,
of
of
course,
course.
and then
called-
photo
it-
Of
op.
course.
In Tagalog,
Yes,
it's called...
Ate Pilar is here.
In Tagalog, it's called kaeklatan.
Kaeklatan. Say it. Kaeklatan.
Eklatan.
Ay,
Yes.
ang galing
Teka muna,
magtagalog.
I've never heard the eklatan.
Kaeklatan. It's like
Eklatan ba tayo?
it's like,
Eklatan ba
okay,
to?
it's a gay
Eklatan
lingo.
ba to?
It's
Okay,
gay
okay,
lingo
okay.
became street lingo.
Kaeklatan.
Yeah, it's like kaartehan or whatever.
Oh,
It's like
anyway,
extra.
so
It's like
this
being
is like-
extra. Yeah.
Yes, kaeklatan. Okay, go. O, sige. This is gonna be quick and photo
Okay.
op, okay?
Sige.
Okay, sa sambayan ng Pilipinas mo at sa aming Dearest USA. Guys, let's all welcome my guy, Mr. Reggie Lee. Welcome to
Over a Glass or Two. Cheers, guys.
Cheers! Okay, one more. Photo op. And then that's it. We're gonna start talking.
Class
Okay, go.
picture.
1, 2, 3. Ayan, kwentuhan na.
Okay, where were we?
Okay.
I
So,
love the protocol. I love the protocol.
oo,
Right.
This is
kailangan
good
daw
protocol.
Yes, kailangan eh. So growing up, so during that time that you were the only Asian, right? Were you like, Mom, like after a while, Mom, why am I different from all of them? Because I have friends also who grew up in, a white community. Tapos parang,
Yeah.
bakit parang iba ako? And even the kids, were they like, why are you like different? Like your hair is dark and, like, how was it? How was it growing up?
The truth is, hindi, wala nun. But it was almost like, but you know what? I mean, when I was younger, and I advocate this now because growing up in a white community, I never thought I was different. I really didn't think I was different. I was like, oh yeah, these are just my friends. These are just whatever. But the moment someone would make fun of me, that's when I found out that I was different. Not because I thought I was different. You know what I mean? You know
It's
the
the-
difference
it's
of
the
like
mean
they
kids.
Yeah.
correct. It's
The
they
freaking
pointed it
mean
out.
kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't point it out to myself. It was like they pointed it out to me. So it was one of those things that I kind of, and the thing is I speak very openly about it because it's I think it's important. I mean, I really think
true.
it's important everywhere because I feel like, tayo, we live in a bubble. We're like, you guys are like on like close to New York. You're in New York, basically, New Jersey, Brooklyn. I'm in LA. And then there's the middle America.
Yeah, true.
Where
There's
I
only
grew
two.
up. Where I grew up,
Okay.
I was always like, why did we have to come here? So,
Really?
but that's the deal. So it was back then I didn't know, and I would go, I went to my parents and I went, what's happened? Why is this happening? Why is this? And all they could say really at that time was, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. The moms, everyone's learning. At first I was like, I can't believe you didn't teach me how to blah blah blah. And then I realized it's like as I get older, it's like they were learning too. Everyone was learning. We were all trying to figure it out.
I'm sure your mom, like, during your, like, ano tawag doon, baon? How do you say Tagalog in baon? Like, your
Baon
baon.
yun. Yeah, my lunch, yeah.
Your lunch, right? Like, what is it? Like, the rice and the
Ay,
longganisa?
hindi. Ito yung baon ko.
Okay,
It was white bread with American cheese and bologna and a bag of Doritos.
Oh,
there you go.
That was
least
my
wala-
baon.
At least
I
walang
wish.
walang Filipino na ano. But what
I
about
know.
your singing, your singing talent? So you got it because you were singing karaoke when you were younger? Diba?
Well, we
Every
always had a
Filipino household.
karaoke machine. As soon as we
Yes.
could get a karaoke machine, right? Especially in Ohio. It's the only place that you can like kind of resonate with your culture as a karaoke machine. But no, that didn't come till later. I was always reared to be a doctor. So it
yeah,
was
because,
kind of
okay, Harvard, right? You got into Harvard.
I mean,
Okay.
I was reared to be a doctor. When I was about I think it was like 11 or 12, I told my parents that I wanted to be an actor. That didn't
Oh,
fly. That didn't fly.
okay.
That did not fly in the household. So they were
What
like,
did they
no.
say?
They said, hobby lang yan.
Or
Okay? Find
mag-nurse ka na
something
lang.
stable.
Hindi pa may uso
Stable.
masyado yung nurse nun kaya doctor, di ba? Yung panahon
Correct.
na yun,
Doctor.
oo.
Doctor.
Okay,
Yes.
doctor. Okay.
Anything but actor. That's like the last thing on the face of the planet that is, they were like, no, that's just so, I took it upon I just was just like, I'm just going to audition for like community theater in Cleveland,
Okay.
Ohio. And I'm going to just learn how to act myself and do all this stuff and
Oh,
learn,
wow.
go to, I remember I was like walking like a mile to get to the bus stop so that I could take the bus to downtown Cleveland so I could study at a dance school, the School of Cleveland Ballet. And
Yes.
then the singing, not oddly enough, because I'm Filipino, that came pretty naturally.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
true.
that was like, oh, I can sing.
What were you
Yes.
sing? What were you singing back then? Do you remember?
Cake is here. Yeah.
Oh my
Michael
God.
Jackson, most probably Michael Jackson.
But you know what? Some Michael Jackson, what a Prince. I was
Yeah.
singing back then. All
Ooh.
those things. It was, yeah, it was like whatever I could get my hands on. But the moment I started getting interested in, the reason I started to sing more was because as an Asian, I thought, okay, if I'm going to be an actor, I better be able to do more than just act. So I should be able to sing. I should be able to dance. I should do all that stuff so I can get jobs. So
Oh,
I just
wow.
started training and started singing. We had a karaoke machine. I just started singing. I just started auditioning for musicals, and yeah, it just
How old
kind
were
of
you?
took off. I was 11, 12. There.
Oh, look
Wow.
at that. Wait, are you?
Nakikita
Wait,
mo ba yung ano ko, yung mga blonde tips ko?
exactly. I was about to say.
Oh my God!
But wait, hold
The
on.
year 2000.
Wait, is your dad Chinese?
Yeah,
99
you know
year
what?
2000, yeah.
Your mom is
No,
beautiful.
my Chinese actually comes from my mom's side, but my dad is full Filipino. I am a chip off the old block. I look like my dad. So,
Oh,
and
okay.
I'll tell you this. I think the reason that I probably worked as much as I did early on in my career, fortunately, was because I didn't look any kind of specific Asian, right? It was
True,
just
true,
like I
true.
was this, like you guys were saying, it's like I mean, I can look Chinese, I can look Korean. I was
Korean.
everything. I got everything but Filipino.
Correct.
I know.
So correct.
Correct.
So
Okay.
that was the thing, and I even changed. Kasi yung tunay kong last name is Valdez.
It's Valdez. Yes.
So there was a point where I was auditioning. We were in Chicago for the first national tour of Miss Saigon, and I was auditioning. They would send me out for like commercials and whatnot, and I'd go in with a bunch of Hispanic people, and then they'd send me home. And so I said, listen, I can't. I'm not. You see the picture.
Yeah.
I don't look Hispanic
I
at all.
don't look Valdez at all.
I can't even pass for Valdez.
I know.
So yeah, so my agent said, well, can we take anything from your lineage? And I said, why don't we use my Chinese heritage and go with that? But
Oh, which is Lee. Okay.
yeah, but now that I I regret doing that. I actually regret doing that because now that times have changed, I really, I'm so proud of my heritage. I'm so it was almost like a slam to my parents now. I'm like, oh shit. Wait, are we allowed to swear on the show?
Oh yeah, of
Oh, yeah,
course.
you can do anything in this show.
You can do
Oh,
anything. No holds
fantastic. Oh,
barred.
sige, okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Were they
Oh,
pissed?
there you go.
Oh yeah, you look
Oh,
like
my.
Chinese or Korean.
Yes,
there.
caller.
Look at that hunk.
What was I
it's like a
trying to
GQ
do there? I
model.
don't even know what I was trying to do. That's crazy. It's horrible.
You look like
guys.
diba? Very
Yeah,
hunk
don't
on
worry.
GQ.
I went through that same fashion again, and it's gonna come back. It's probably
Is it?
Yes.
probably came back already.
Okay, good, because I still have that jacket. So
Oh, there you go.
I still have that jacket.
But you know what? Maybe Reggie, you can do this right now. I don't know if this is gonna affect your career. Reggie Lee Valdez.
Oh, Reggie
I
Lee
know,
Valdez.
right? I
Yeah.
feel like I should do that.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like I should do that.
Reggie Lee Valdez, right? But you know what? Wait, how did you convince your parents that, like, Dad, Mom, I'm not gonna be a doctor anymore. I just want to be an actor. Usually, Mom.
I think the thing is that I started getting jobs, and so
Oh, okay.
it was that kind of went. Even after that, though, they were still like, okay, so when are you going to stop the hobby, and then when are you going to start the real job?
Oh,
But it was fine because at that when I look back on it now, when I look back at how supportive my parents are now, and how they've learned through the years, as everyone learns through the years, everyone's still learning.
it's
We're
true.
all still
It's
learning
true.
shit all the time.
It's
So
true.
I really I looking back on it now, if I were to say to like a child of mine, go and be an actor, I don't know that I would do it because it's hard. It's really
Really?
hard. And so I just had at that age, like we all do, right?
Yeah.
You just put the
True.
blinders on and you're
I
like,
know. You
that's
just
my
keep
goal.
on keep
Yeah,
on
you keep on
moving, right?
moving
You
and,
don't
you
care
know,
what they say.
Yeah.
Keep
and
on
fighting.
moving.
Oh wow.
Do your thing. Do your thing. I just kept studying. Studying was always the thing. I was always
Yeah.
really, how boring. That's so boring.
I know.
No, that's not.
But is it worth
If
it? Okay.
you really have to do. I mean, I felt like an Asian actor. I felt like I had to prove more, or I felt like I had to be better, and we don't. We just have to be ourselves, and we have to embrace that. And for the longest time in this country, it's like you were kind of told not to be yourself.
True.
And so it's now we're just realizing, oh shit, no, being ourselves is like the best power we have. So it's been a journey. And I'm still on a journey. But back then I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's just that I know how hard it is, but I know how possible it is.
Yeah.
I try as much as possible now to just kind of mentor whoever I can mentor.
But growing up, like, okay, well, you started like in Miss Saigon, right? And then you started
Mm-hmm.
auditioning. Did you ever felt like I have to work twice as harder compared to others because of my ethnicity, or
Yeah.
you were, oh really, or you really
Yeah,
really
I say annoying.
that good?
It was just I felt like I think at some point we all have to embrace the talent that we all have, right?
Sure.
You, me, all of us, in order to move forward. Meaning, like, Eto, you have to be confident in that. I mean, you really do. You have to embrace that, and it's a struggle every day. I think for artists. I mean, I'm sure you guys feel. By the way, I'm going to go on a tangent. Congratulations on such a successful podcast.
Oh wow.
I
Oh,
really
thank you.
am.
Oh, thank you.
Seriously,
Here you go.
you guys have done such a great job, and it's fantastic. So I can't wait to keep promoting you. But
Oh my God.
anyway,
Thank you. Yes.
it is. We just all have to we all have to embrace that and really go for it. There's no other thing in life, is there, than just going for it, except for a drink.
Exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
My God. Pero alam mo, feeling ko, pero what about rejections? Did you,
Ang dami.
was there a lot of rejections?
Of
And how
course,
did you deal
that
with
was the thing.
rejections?
Cry.
Cry in the
No.
corner.
Hindi.
No shit.
No.
Umiyak ka?
No. You know what though? It was like in the beginning, I was auditioning for I remember going to New York and auditioning for like theater, and you would just get what we call typed out.
What does
It
that
was
mean?
like you're auditioning for something like Oklahoma, which is very white.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
There's no
back
role.
then,
There's no role made for you,
Voila.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Voila. So they really had to, and back then they weren't thinking, oh, hire an Asian. They just think, oh, he doesn't look right in this picture, So there was a lot. I mean, there was a lot, and also it wasn't even that. It was like the roles that I was offered early on in my career. I swear to God, I have played about 20, if not more, gang leaders
Oh, yes.
and bad guys. I swear.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Nakita ko sa
So-
Fast and the Furious, you're really good.
Yeah.
No, it was just that was the first big movie, and that was it was crazy because it was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do it. And they were like, you're gonna be working for a couple months, and you're gonna be here, and blah blah blah. It was such. When I got that call, I was like, oh shit, yes.
I got
It was
it.
fun. They would I started like taking motorcycle lessons and be able to ride a bike. Tapos, after I got on set, it's like I didn't even ride a bike. It was my stunt double. They put like the handlebars on a truck and then the camera right here, and then they drove the truck.
Oh,
Was on the set.
It's the wind.
It's just the wind.
But
It's just the wind.
how did you study the role of being a thug too?
yeah.
That's all. Listen, I mean, it was interesting when you get those roles and you go, that's not me. I mean, but that's what we do, right? So I almost feel like I can get into that role easier than anything because it's not me. Parang may parang may mask ka. Parang you can do anything. When you have a mask on, you can do anything because you feel like it's not you.
Exactly.
One of those things. It's like you can be the baddest badass and just kill people. I mean, I did a movie once, and I think it was with Jason Statham, and I swear to God, I think I killed over 20 people. Like literally with a gun in cold blood.
So basically, you're having fun with it too.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that you would never do in real life, but it's like, how do I find the way into this? How do I find the psyche of a person who kills? And for them, I mean, I always approach all these quote unquote bad guys. I don't think there's ever a bad guy. I think it's what we term these people is like finding the humanity, diba? And in everybody, it's like, whether you're good or bad, whether you're a serial killer or whether you're this or that, it's like getting into the mind of someone is the interesting thing. Finding out like what makes them tick, what makes them pissed off, what makes them excited, what makes them kill, what makes them do any of that stuff. So I tell you, I mean, I seriously have the best job in the world because it's like going to Disneyland every day. And then there's all the rejection.
Oh,
like we were talking about, which is like, no.
But the rejections, was there a time like, oh my God.
Okay, wait a minute.
You really look like a gangster on that
all the
picture.
pictures that I'm seeing right now. So before, you're holding a gun. So before you're a gang member, a thug, but you redeemed yourself because now most of the roles are cops.
Oh, naman, cops?
Yeah, you know what? It's so interesting. That's so good. I love that you got that, J. Cass. It's absolutely. It was like it's after there was a year where I played all cops. It was Dark Knight Rises, Crazy Stupid Love, and Grimm.
Yeah.
I did all in 1 year, and it was like, what is happening? There's something wrong because I'm playing like a good guy. But I think that really helped me. I realize it was like, I don't know if I want to. The other side of the coin where it's like you're playing these good guys but there also has to be a character there because it's like people aren't interested in just watching these like good guys that are whatever on TV and all they are doing is good. They want to, what people are connected to flaws. Like people are connected to your flaws. True. It's like because we're all flawed so they can connect to something. When someone's like, going through a problem or going through a divorce or going through like, whatever.
There's like a lot of layers to your character, even if you're playing someone who's supposed to be a good cop, right?
A good cop.
Absolutely, because I think that's the life now. That's the fun of it, is all of that stuff. Even if you're a good person, you still have demons. Everyone has demons.
Yeah,
right?
You're so right. That's so right. All of us.
Everyone's
even
like, no, please don't ask me my demons now.
I know. Okay, so look at that. So,
there you go.
So since we're talking about demons, right? So let's just I'm just gonna ask a question. Like, is there any talent that nobody knows about you that you haven't even like told anyone that you do it at home?
Do it at home.
Yes. Like, I know you don't paint, but any talent, the hidden talent.
No, you know what?
Can you eat glass or eat fire?
Only on Sundays. Only on Sundays.
There you go. There's a ritual.
No, when I was younger, I actually, my thing was to be a pro tennis player. And so I actually, when I was in Ohio, I played junior tennis, hoping to be a pro. That was kind of my thing, and I wanted to play professionally. So and then I just never grew. So I was like, no, okay.
What do you mean you never grew? What your height in terms of height?
Correct.
Well, what's your height?
But I mean, I'm 5'8", 5'9".
That's not
5'9"
bad.
on a good day, 5'8" on a really bad day.
Or,
I
or
thought
it
it's
depends on
5'8",
the shoes that
5'9",
you wear.
5'8", 5'9", because the other leg is shorter, so it's like that.
Correct. Ganon.
Or the shoes. Depends on the shoes. Hey, there's shoes, platform shoes for men
What
right
do you
now.
need? I know,
Right?
but and many times, they'll ask your height on an audition. They'll always be
Okay.
like, how tall are you? And I remember when I did Tropic Thunder, they specifically asked for my height because I think, it was a shorter cast. It was like I'm short too, but it was, and the leads were like Ben Stiller and it was Tom Cruise and it was all of us
Yes.
and it was a uniform cast. Now I just got like, I think I was up for something where it was a taller female, and so it was like there was no way I was going to be able to do that. But they ask height for everything, so it's
Okay.
5'8", 5'9",
Yeah, but
depending
for
on what it is.
for Asian, 5'8", 5'9" is already tall.
That's
Even
pretty
what?
good, right?
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what? So interesting. But you see these guys like, they're tall, like Henry Golding, like
Oh,
all those guys are
yeah.
like, it's like that new crop of these Asian.
Well, what
Asian
is his mix?
males.
What is his mix anyway? What
I know,
Kool-Aid is he
right?
drinking?
I know exactly, right?
Oh.
It's a lot of these. I'm like, why are you 6 feet tall, dude? Why?
Yes. Oh, and you
But-
mentioned Henry.
Was it?
You mentioned
Okay.
Henry Golding already, and of course, Simu Liu, and who won the People's Choice Award
yeah, I
yesterday.
saw that last
for,
night.
for
I hope we were actually seriously, Jcas. We Derek and I, the moment that we saw a promo, we were like, I wish it's Reggie Lee.
Oh,
We were thinking about
You know,
that. Like,
sweet
I
of you
wish
guys.
it's Reggie Lee.
How do you feel
Very
right
sweet.
now that representation of Asians is like left and right, and with
Exactly.
Shang-Chi is like it's the first
Yeah.
Asian-led action in a Marvel cast,
In a
and
Marvel
they won
cast,
People's
yes.
Choice
Yep.
Award as well. How do you feel
Yeah.
about that?
I feel great. I feel fantastic. It's different. I think, it's interesting. I've been around long enough to see this younger crop of actors come up, and it's like, wait a minute. Wait, no, I'm not getting old. I'm still there, but you're not. You've got these younger people, and their opportunities are thriving. They've got so many opportunities, and it's nice to see. It really is, because for the longest time, like what I was saying before, right, is like gang leaders were all that was available to all,
during
that-
your time, yeah.
that exactly. So to have these not only three-dimensional characters, but to have characters that are in the Marvel universe,
Amazing.
that's
Oh my
crazy.
God.
True.
Yes.
That they're thinking of that. I think that for me, the biggest thing is now is how do we get Filipinos to jump off the map of that faction of Asians,
Yes.
right? Because I feel like Filipinos, many times they don't know where to put us. Because they're like, no, you're not Asian, you're
Okay.
Pacific Islander. You're not this, you're that.
Mhm.
It's like they don't know where to put us.
True.
You're not Hispanic, but you're not Asian. So what are you? And we're our own thing. And the thing
Yeah.
is, we are the second freaking largest Asian American population in the United
In the
States.
United States.
Yet I
true.
feel the least represented
Yes.
on TV screens or in film, all that stuff. And so before my time is done, which I don't think is going to be anytime soon,
No,
which I don't
no,
want
it's
it to
not-
be.
no,
but I
don't
would
say
like,
that.
I would
Looking
like,
at you
I
right
would
now,
like,
you're not aging. No, never.
It's so true.
no, yung filter lang yun.
You look
filter.
so young. Seriously, you look like
Yeah.
when you're like
No
early
hechos.
30s.
Oh my God.
You look so
Thank
young.
you. Yeah, it's the lighting, but thank you. But we're just that's my mission, is to just help put us on the map, because I think that's important.
Yes.
So-
and
wow.
it's like it's also specifically Hollywood making a role, saying, "Oh, he's a Filipino American," or "He's a Filipino."
Yes,
You know?
and it's starting now. It's starting now. My buddy Vince Rodriguez was on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I don't know if you guys ever saw that, but he was a Filipino leading man.
What's his name? I'm sorry.
Vince Rodriguez. Vincent
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think what we need is now. I just finished a Netflix series called Lincoln Lawyer, which is made after the Matthew McConaughey film, but it's not Matthew in this. It's a different guy.
Okay.
But I was completely Filipino in that. I think, and also like Grimm, they asked me with Grimm, they said, is there any Filipino folklore? And I said, are you kidding me?
Oh my God!
Yes, that's all we have in the Philippines.
Hold my beer.
It's everything. I know. It's like,
Capre.
let me get the encyclopedias of
A to Z. Yes.
Yeah, they said, can you give us some, because we would like to explore your heritage? And I said, fantastic. Because even though these characters, like, they named me Wu, which is not a Filipino name, right? But they were like, wait, you're Filipino, so maybe we should explore that. I said, that's totally fine. They believe me, you can find a Wu in the Philippines.
Yeah, them.
There's a Wu in the
Wu's
Philippines.
Fine, yeah.
Or
So-
woo-woo.
Or Wu.
Woo-woo.
Exactly, at least the nickname.
Exactly.
But they said, the folklore thing, and I gave them, I said, listen, let me give you 3, and then you pick. And what did I give them? I think I gave them the manananggal, the aswang, and the duende. And they were like, okay, I think we're gonna go with the aswang.
The
And I was like,
Wait a minute.
That
Hold on.
looks like the
There's
ass
a lot of
wang.
opportunities in that.
I
Ass
know,
wang.
right?
The ass wang.
and I said,
Don't
okay,
you got
hold
me?
on.
You got me riled up, Reggie. Stop it.
Right here. Right
Okay.
here. Come on,
There you go.
J-Cast, bring it.
But that's it. I'll just say
I know.
ass wang, and everybody knows about what's
Okay.
that about. Okay.
So we ended up doing that, and it was one of our highest rated episodes, if not the highest rated episode of Grimm in 6 seasons. And it
Wow.
was just a testament to
Wait,
like
what
it was
did they call the ass wang?
what did they
Aswang.
call the aswang?
The aswang.
What did they call
I
what
want to watch the Grimm.
they just called it an aswang.
Oh, they call it
Basically.
aswang.
An aswang.
Okay, aswang.
Because
okay.
there are different kinds of aswang, right? So it's but this one, it was like the tick tick. Parang yung tick
Oh,
tick.
even you know the tick-tick, huh?
The one that-
the
the one that
tick-tick, the one
babies?
that has a
the-
long,
Yeah.
the long,
Yes, it was the
tongue.
one with the babies.
It's
So
yeah,
the
they
long
did
yes.
tongue eats the
entire-
babies.
Yes. So that's what they did. And I remember filming it, and they got like a guest cast that was Filipino, and I was like, oh, my homies. My
Kabayan.
people.
Kabayan.
I know. I was like, we had such a good time. I was like, okay, let's go out. So we had a great time, and they're still friends to this day. But that, I remember when it aired, because of course I had a get together at my house with my like friends and family. So it aired, and they came here. So I tweeted, like, because Filipinos, they like brought so much food, and so
Yes.
my dining room table was full, and it was like all like lumpia and pancit and sanserbal and everything.
Oh my God.
So I took a picture of it and I tweeted it out, and I said, listen, this is my dining room table right now, because Grimm is about to start, and it's the Filipino episode. They
Yeah.
called it Mommy Dearest, because
Mommy
they eat
dearest.
babies.
Okay.
So, right? So, and I got so many responses back saying, we're here in the US, and this is our dining room table. We're watching too. And it was just, it kind of, it made me cry, because it was,
True.
I felt seen. I
Yeah.
felt seen, and it's so, you realize it's like, wait a minute, for the longest time I haven't felt seen, but we normalize it, right? We all normalize that thing
True.
where it's
Yeah.
like, oh, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But at a point where you feel seen by other Filipinos and the United States, you feel like you're actually part of this country. It's validating. So now we take that and we have to move it forward, and we have to take that and we have to take it a step forward. So I don't even know if we've moved here yet in this conversation, but we're currently, I'm producing several things that are all Filipino.
Oh, Filipino. Just like
So-
just like MJ. MJ actually mentioned it that there's Concepcion Filipino
Yes.
drama in
Yeah.
works. Oh
Yeah.
wow!
So
So tell us about
Concepcion-
Concepcion.
Oh boy.
Concepcion, go.
Here's what it is. It is a Filipino family crime drama. It's a mix of, I don't know if you guys know the show Narcos on Netflix.
Oh yes,
But it's like about the
Narcos, yes.
drug
Familiar,
cartel in Mexico. It's kind of like
Yes.
Narcos and The Godfather mixed together. And it will be shot in it's set. Did you guys know there's a Filipino town here? in LA? There's a Filipino
I've
town.
heard,
It's called
yeah.
Filipino town. Parang ano lang eh. It's like maybe 2 square blocks. And they call it
in
Filipino
LA?
town.
Okay.
In LA. There's a restaurant called Bahay Kubo. There's like a Filipino community center, all that stuff. But it's set in that area and also in the Philippines. Some of it in the Philippines. So
wow.
we've
When
got.
did you start it? When did you
Wait,
start
are you the one
filming it?
producing it too?
I will be. Yeah. Here's how it all started. Is these two guys? I had done an actors panel. It's one of those panels where they come and talk to you, ask you questions, see
Okay.
how they do in the business, and it was a Filipino American actors panel, and I did it with I don't know if you guys know John Briones. Do you guys
Oh,
know John
yeah,
John?
we had an interview
Yeah.
with
We had
him.
him like a
Oh,
few months
God.
ago. Oh my God.
So proud of him
He's
too.
one of my best friends. So he and I
Oh.
are best friends, and so it was an actors panel with he and I and a couple other Filipinos, and just people interested in knowing how, mostly Filipinos, how you
Mhm.
become an actor and how do you make it. So the two guys that headed that panel,
Uy,
that's Vince.
Oh,
mga
That's
pogi.
Vince on the
mga
right.
guwapo.
That is a wow. Look at you guys pulling up the pictures.
I know. Who's that guy
I
on the
miss
right
those
side?
guys. That's Vince Rodriguez.
Oh, that's oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one from Crazy Ex-Girlfriend that I told you about. So
Oh yeah. Okay.
yeah, so it was they came and said, "Listen, we've had this script in development. We'd like you to see if there's a role in it for you that we'd like you to play. Can you read it?" I read it. It was so good. It was so good that I said I would like to be in it. I would like to do this role that you said, but I would also like to produce it. Let me help you produce it. So I brought it to some of the people that created Grimm, and they said, "We love this. We love this.
Oh my God.
Let's start on the road to this." So that's kind of where we are. We've been in development for a while, and we're now starting to pitch it to companies, and even the Filipino studios, I can't name them, but they're excited about it, and they've come on board to co-produce. And so it's been a really interesting journey because people don't know who Filipinos are. So for them to see this and go, "Oh my God," some of them are
Yeah,
like,
true.
"It's such a huge Filipino cast. Where are we going to find all these people?" I said, "Dude, they're all my friends. They're right here.
It's right there in the
They're,
back.
They're
they're,
right
they're,
here. They're
they're
right
eating
with you
lumpia.
guys.
Oh my God, they're ready to go.
So when did
They're
you?
ready to go."
So you started this before pandemic or during
Oh,
pandemic?
this was started before the pandemic. This was started
Oh,
before the
okay.
pandemic, and because of the pandemic, we kind of came to a halt, But at that point, we were ready to kind of at least just gather our talent, because the reason they're always like no is because they feel like they can't find the talent. So we were like, "Here, let me show you who's here." And
That
so,
is so
I'm
nice.
fortunately I've been and really wonderful friends with Sharon Cuneta in the Philippines, and she has
Yeah.
been such a supporter of mine, and it's been such a blessing, and she's such a blessing to me, and she really helped me a lot. So through all that, we came to this point where now we're ready, and I think people are ready for this particular kind of show.
Wait, is Sharon Cuneta? Is she gonna be part of this concept show?
We are hoping she has said that she'd like to
Oh,
be. Yeah,
wow.
we absolutely have a role for her, and it's I think she would be fantastic in it.
Can you tell us
So
what is a conception all about? Like just a little.
it is
Just
about like
that.
it really is about this family that for
Crime family.
direct. I hear you.
I know.
Yeah, I know,
I know,
right?
direct.
That's the
Direct,
voice.
ha? Direct, ha? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Go.
Hello.
Uh-huh.
No, it's good. No, it is literally, it's about this man that is, it's based on actually one of the writers. It's loosely based on his lolo. So who
Oh.
was kind of like a crime boss in the Philippines. But it's about a younger person who comes to the United States and realizes that it's really hard to make a living here and has to make a living another way. So it goes into a crime thing, and suddenly like people start coming here from his family. They don't realize what they're getting themselves into,
Yes.
but then they realize it's the only way to survive. So they get here, but what you see is more than that. I think what you see is people who have consciences that are aware of what they're doing and want and realize what they're doing and how difficult and maybe wrong it is. However, they're stuck in it. But what you see more than anything, I think that we all love, and what the people from Grimm love, is the family. Like the family bond that doesn't ever go away.
Correct.
Interesting.
It's like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what. So it really is, it's one of those things where it's not sugar coated. It's not, it's gritty. It's
yeah.
gritty.
I'm excited for the whole world
So
to
is that
see
a series?
the
Is that gonna be a
Filipino
series?
sensibility, you know?
Yeah. Yes. So yes, it is a series. It's what we've kind of put it together as an 8-episode miniseries that can go as, I mean, he's already storied into 5 seasons of it.
Nice.
So what we'd like, yes, the sensibility of Filipinos, I think, is what we're looking. It's what relates to everyone else. This sense of family, this sense of I've got your back, no matter what.
And that's how we are.
So the-
and how
It
we
is.
are Filipinos.
That's how
to
we
our
are
friends.
Filipinos. That's
know?
what
To
we
our-
call.
exactly.
That's what we
Yes.
call. Was that a damayan? What do you call that? The
Bayanihan.
Bayanihan. The bayanihan,
Yeah.
right?
Ano yung
Oh, that's-
ano yung bayanihan? What's
Oh,
that? Is that
bayani-
like that sense? You mean you're talking about that sense that we have?
No, bayanihan is like the community. I don't know. Years and years ago, if you look at on our history, can you show it direct? There's do you know Bahay Kubo?
Yes.
The Bahay
house,
Kubo,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
So what they used to do is they let's say you want to move from one town to another. So what
Yeah.
you do is you lift the Bahay Kubo.
All of the
the Filipino, the
family and
neighbors
friends and neighbors will lift the house.
town to town and then move it to the next town.
That's
I
called
knew
bayanihan.
that.
That's what you
Yeah.
call
I knew that. I
bayanihan.
never knew
There
it.
you go.
Oh
There
my
you
God.
go. Yeah,
Direct.
so it's like the sense
You're
of
he's so on the ball.
exactly.
Right?
So it's pretty much like, you know, everyone are being reunited and helping each
Yeah.
other and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
just
that's
being
how we
there for
are,
each
really.
other. Yes,
You
and yes,
know?
It
that's-
is.
I always got your
It
back.
is.
That's how Filipinos are.
As much as we also do the bayanihan on the negative side, you know, there's also the crab mentality, which I'm sure you're going to see showing there.
Are you-
Yep. You have to
You're
show
gonna
it.
show
gonna
the
see
good
it
and the
all.
bad, right?
Yes.
You're gonna see it all. It's like, why are you? Yeah, I mean,
Oh my God.
I think yes, through thick and thin, right? I mean, even though it's not healthy,
Yeah.
even though it's not healthy. I mean, but that's kind of life.
It's
And I
true.
think that's
Yeah.
kind of like why, I mean, we're so, as Filipinos, I feel like we are the most probably transparent of the Asian cultures, meaning like
True.
we say what's in here. Like
Yes.
there's no, I hug, I kiss, all of the above.
Mhm.
You know, it's like, that's my way of being. It really is. It's like I learned it from my mom and dad. I don't
It's
know any
true.
other way.
Yeah.
We're the most
So-
transparent and we're the
I'm the
most
same way, yeah.
friendliest. Like
Yeah.
wherever you go, you see Filipinos, even if
warmest.
they're struggling, they're always smiling.
Oh, there
my
you go.
God, you're friends with Jokoy too?
And speaking of
Oh,
Is he gonna
upcoming
be
su-
part of the
the new
Concepcion?
Yeah.
superstar Jokoy, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Wait, hold on.
Right?
He'll be part of Concepcion?
wow. No.
Oh, I thought he
Oh
would
my
be
God,
part of-
maybe. Yeah,
He
I would
may-
love for him to.
you know, he can if he
he'll
wants
come
to.
in.
Oh, but wait,
Absolutely.
where can we see, when and where can we watch Concepcion? Is it
Well,
going to
I'll
be on
keep you
Netflix?
guys posted because it's still in development. So
Definitely,
Yeah.
I'll keep you guys
definitely.
posted as to where this is going
Yes.
to go. But there are many things in the pipeline in terms of other Filipino projects. One, a comedy, another one that, and what we love about these shows is that it could be anybody, it could be any ethnicity, but they just happen to be Filipinos. Concepcion specifically, I think, has that Filipino mentality though. The other ones are more like, listen, this could be any family. They just happen to be Filipino. So why can't you have them be Filipino? You know, if you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
choose an ethnicity, why do you have to choose Korean or Indian or Caucasian? Why can't you choose Filipino? So there are many that are like that, but it's time for us to do that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a similar to like what you guys are doing here. What you guys are doing is basically saying, here world, here are Filipinos, and this is what we do.
True. Mhm.
We sit
That's so
back,
true.
and I love that you guys are like, let's drink.
Let's drink.
Let's have a drink.
Yes,
That's
one
how
of the- one of the
Filipinos
things
are,
that we love to do
karaoke.
Yeah.
And
drink.
drink.
Exactly.
Right.
Come on. I can't
and
wait to come.
chit-chat.
I can't wait to come to New York and see you guys, and then we'll really go out for a trip.
Oh my God,
And
seriously?
that will be the real riot in there.
Dude, we
That
are
was right
fun.
there.
I have a feeling too, right? That he's
Hello,
gonna be
you're
fun.
already fun here. You're already
Oh
fun
my
here.
God, we will just be like
So-
laughing. Actually, we had a visitor, actually 2 visitors, the whole week last week. So we're not used to it because we're aging. That's what I call aging. I was like,
Don't
we were
include me
partying
into that,
almost like
baby.
No,
4:30 a.m., dude.
No.
4:30 a.m. We were just like, whoa! And then the
Yeah.
following day, I'll be like, oh. And
We've
then
been-
after 2 days again, whoa! And I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
Since we started last year of interviewing people virtually who became eventually friends on the
Yes,
show.
became
And then
friends,
we met
yes.
them here and then became truly
Very
friends.
good friends,
Yeah.
yes.
And then, drinking and painting the town red here in the city.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I'll be over. I'm coming over.
Oh my! Reggie, I'm so curious. Are you the I'm sure you and your friends or your family, like whenever you're in a party or in a restaurant, sometimes like we don't notice it. We're like, oh my God, I think we're the loudest here. So everyone, right? We always like cheers and then
Always. Everyone always comes. Well, people come to me and go inside voice. Inside voice.
I know.
Oh my
Why?
God.
I don't have an inside voice. I don't know what that is.
Me. I was like, it just happened like last 2 weekends ago, and then we're in a posh restaurant, and then they were looking at us, and it was like
Everyone were
you know what
looking
I said?
at
Like,
us.
"Hayaan mo sila, hindi sila masaya."
That's how we are. I mean, it's
True.
so fun. I can't. That feels like home to me. You know what I mean?
That's so
I mean,
true.
that's like, especially in the times of the pandemic. I mean, that you have time to be able to do that and get together as Filipinos. Nothing like it. Then you realize how special it is.
It's
because
so
you missed
true.
it this whole time.
Alam mo,
So-
Reggie, we're so proud of you because you know what? Aside from your wow, you're recognized. Everyone knows you, like Reggie Lee, because
God.
you're a Filipino who made it to the Hollywood. But aside from that, I feel like your next step would be like, how do you say this? Like you'll be tatagalugin ko in Bisaya. Ano pala ang
Yeah,
salitang hindi na Bisaya, salitang bakla. Mamasang. Just kidding.
Ano
No, I
yun?
think you're gonna be how do you say this? Like you're gonna be the pimp of all Filipinos who wants to be an
I was
actor,
like,
who wants to
Mamasang
make
is a
it
pimp.
to
What
the
are you talking
Filipino
about?
Hollywood. You're
I
like
feel
gonna
like
be
I
the
need a
pimp.
hat. I
I
feel like I
feel
need a hat for that.
So I have a feeling that you're the person who will open the door for everyone, introduce how Filipino actors and actresses are, like how good they are, and this time you will put all the Filipinos in the map. And I feel like
Oh,
that's gonna be
my.
your role this time.
I would love that. From
Yeah.
your
Yes.
mouth.
What you're doing right now is, I think that's gonna be your next path.
I love it. You know what it
And
is?
thank
It's
you
just,
for doing that.
it's just putting all of us on the map and letting people see us and feeling like we are seen by the world
True.
as yeah, I mean, as this beautiful, beautiful people. So that's, I mean, everyone is, but I think in the United States, especially with everything that's happening, I think that it's important for us now to do that even more than ever. So, and we're all helping each other. You're helping
Exactly.
me. I'm
Thank you
helping
for-
you.
for-
I'm going to
It's
come
true.
back on this show. I want to
Oh
come
my
back on
God.
this show
Yeah.
with a different
Dude.
color wine.
Yes, and dude, promise. Okay. Oh, you know what? Every time like you have a show or anything that you want to promote, it doesn't have to be about Filipinos. Let us know, and that's why we're here. I feel like
if you have spare
our
time,
platform is to help.
Just drop
Is to
by.
help all the Filipinos. Yes.
I
Just-
just want to hang out with y'all next time, like
Oh
in
yes!
the city.
Oh my gosh!
So
Oh,
that,
by the way, do you know Dulce?
Hindi.
Dulce, the
What's
singer.
Dulce? No, I don't
Do you know
Dulce.
that Maala-ala mo kaya?
Yeah.
The singer who
Absolutely.
sang that's Dulce.
Maala-ala
She's
mo
a very
kaya.
famous Dulce. She's watching right
She's
now.
here and she's
She's
watching.
here.
She's watching you right now. Yeah.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
the
Dulce.
Dulce.
Oh my goodness,
My
I
God.
love that. I
Oh.
love that song. I love that show.
Oh yes. Oh, you know what? Oh, nga pala. I know it's 1 hour because I know.
No, you know what?
yes.
I said 1 hour, but I have an extra 15.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm here for you.
Oh my.
I'm here for you if you need me.
Oh yeah, sabi the real Pinoy, proud of you, Reggie. Mabuhay ka. There's so many people are praising you right now, because you know what? Although
Thank
like
you,
you
guys.
grew up in the U.S., but you never forget about the Filipino culture. I see, Dulce.
Oh, that's her. There you
The
go.
famous Ate Dulce is here. Yes.
Very iconic.
Iconic
To
from
the
Ate
test
Dulce.
of time too. Yes.
My God.
I have to touch base with, I have to like somehow connect with her. I
Oh
would
my
love
God,
to.
Ate Dulce, oh. You should,
So-
I'm not so sure familiar with the other, the OPM icon, which is
Troy, it's coming out tonight or
tomorrow. No, the other one. The OPM icon, sila kasama Ate Dulce. Like
Sino?
Marco Season, sila Ray
Ray
Valera.
Valera.
You know the songs, like your old, I'm sure
Yeah,
your parents
yeah.
So they're
No,
coming
yeah.
here next year.
Really?
Yes, for
Yeah,
a concert
they have
with
a
Ate
concert.
Dulce.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait, and who? Where are they going to do the concert?
In New York, in California, in anywhere.
Really? I would love
Yes.
to see that. I need
Oh
to see
my
that.
God, Ate Dulce,
I need to see
look! Make her sing your theme song. Aww. Grabe, ang galing mo. Pero ito I'm just curious how come like syempre growing up, like you grew up in the US, right? How come you never even think about like, you know what, let me just go home and be a famous rock star in the Philippines or a favorite actor or whatever, because that's what they usually do. Like the parents were like, oh my God, ang gwapo ng anak ko, ang galing ng anak ko, go home to the Philippines and be an actor, an actress. But how come you
Pursue
didn't
your
do
hobby.
that? No, pursue your hobby there. Pursue your
Yeah.
hobby. Yeah.
I'm trying. I know, right?
Italiano.
Pursue your hobby in the Philippines.
Yes.
Yo, I'm trying to answer it honestly, and I'm trying to go back to that time when I was like, literally, I think, you know what I think it was because I was so enamored with everyone else here that looked at that time. Yes. So I was brought to the attention that I was Asian and everyone else looked differently.
Yes.
And there was some kind of challenge about being here and doing that. And it's like, I want to be here and infuse myself into this. Like I want to
so good.
make some kind of inroad here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it was, for lack of a better, and I don't know how, it's probably the wrong word, for lack of a better term, a challenge. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. You know, I wanted to be accepted in a place that I felt like I wasn't accepted. And that was kind of the goal, was to go,
Oh my
hey,
God, you look so
you know,
cute.
look at that. Wow, that hair.
You look like a K-pop star.
Another one from the
What's
treasure
going
chest.
on?
Another one from
With
the
that
treasure chest.
hair?
You look like
My
OMG.
God. Do you know the only reason I shaved my head because Pirates of the Caribbean asked me
To shave your
and they
head?
said, "Would you shave your head?" And I was like,
Wow.
Were you scared that it won't grow the same way or wouldn't grow at all?
exactly.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'd always had so much hair. So I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if and then what am I going to say? You know, no.
Oh my God. To the franchise?
Of course you will say yes. But you know
I
what?
know.
It doesn't matter even if you're like bald
Oh
or,
my
or
God.
with hair, you're
Here you
still
go.
good looking. Look at that.
Look at that. Who's that ugly dude up there?
Oh, wait.
I know.
And you mentioned, of course, Pirate of the Caribbean's one of your famous roles and movies. Is there any, from the top of your head right now, what can you think of is your most memorable role to date?
Yes.
Because I know in your discography,
So many
of
for sure.
hundreds of roles.
Hundreds.
No.
Wait,
no,
I have a question. Were you in Blacklist? Were you ever in
I
Blacklist?
was not in the blacklist.
Oh, direct. Just
I'm
finish
trying
that.
to think of who it was. I'm trying
Yes.
to think of who it was that was in that. Was he Filipino? No.
I think
No.
No. I wish I was.
I know,
I wish I
right?
was.
It's like
You know,
Benjamin
they always
Button there.
confuse me for. Sometimes they would be like, "Hey, oh my God, you're the guy from Law and Order," and I'm like,
Oh.
"That's BD.
Oh.
That's BD Wong." So no,
Okay.
but I was not in the blacklist. But thank you. I'll just say yes.
Okay.
Memorable role. Oh God.
So many for sure.
I feel like, you know, there are several Grimm, because of the length of it, right? That was
Yes.
6 years
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
of doing one character and the development of that character and the way they were able to bring me into the fold and recognize my humanity at the end. I think that coupled with I was on a show called All Rise recently that was on CBS.
Oh yes, All Rise on CBS. Yes.
Another one that they named, my last name was Choi, and they were like, "Hey, you're Filipino, so you should be Filipino." And I was like, "Yes, I should be Filipino." So I was like, "Hey, is Choi in the Filipino? Is somewhere in there? There's a Filipino
It's true.
named
It's
Choi."
true. There's always a Choi
So,
in the Philippines.
But
Oh.
there were certain aspects of race and discrimination that we tackled there, and I was a boss. I was the boss for the lawyers. And when you do that, because they never see Asian Americans in management positions because they think we're too weak, we're too like the model minority, right? They're like,
True.
oh, they won't be able to like, you
Or
know,
meet
tell
or
Portray the
boss,
role.
boss,
Yeah.
boss people
Yeah.
around or something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So to be in that was really wonderful. And I think that for me was a barrier broken. And to be able to, like, I had a scene once with a black guy and we were talking about race, and that's never happened to me before in television. And I
Oh,
love
wow.
that. I love that. That's really memorable to me. So, and then I think of all the bad guy roles that I've done, there was one that was offered to me, and it was the Jason Statham movie. And I said, I'm never going to do a bad guy role again. And then I read the script and I said, okay, unless there's some kind of redeeming quality about this guy. And this guy went to China and kidnapped a 10-year-old girl so that she could memorize, because she has a really great memory. So she could memorize the combinations to safes, like so she could crack a safe open.
Yes.
So I trained her for a year, and she became like my daughter. And so for a time there, it was like, wait a minute, I can't. It was like the struggle between this little girl that you love and teaching her crime was a really great stepping stone.
Oh wow.
Those roles that bring humanity and that are a slice of life to me are the most memorable. So I would say those three. In terms of like it being just like a freaking, like, I can't believe I'm on a movie set kind of role, was, I remember, like, I think it was like the first day of Pirates, and they flew me to St. Vincent in the Caribbean. And first of all, I don't like to fly. First of all. Second of all, they had me on a prop plane. So the prop plane's already like, to the little islands and whatnot.
It's a little
small
janky.
I was like,
Yes.
whoa, crap. What is happening?
Oh.
So they got me there, and then they said, okay, we now have to get you fitted for a contact lens and teeth. So we're going to take you to the set, get you fitted for your costumes, do your makeup tests, and do all that stuff. They took me into a boat. So I went into like a speedboat, and then they took me around the corner, and it was just this blue water. And as soon as you rounded the bend, you could see this huge pirate ship in the distance, and you just kept getting closer to the pirate ship, and it was just everybody. And then my first scene was with Johnny Depp and with Jeffrey Rush. So it was like,
Wow.
oh, man, this is crazy.
Is this surreal? Am I really
That
here?
was amazing. And then you're on a little island. So it was really, that experience was fascinating. And that Pirates lasted for a year. That was like a year of filming. It was tiring.
Dang.
So, but those are, I would say, my most memorable thus far. I'm hoping that let's just say that there are many more, hopefully, to come.
Yeah, is there like a
Shang-Chi too.
was a role that you
Did you
that
hear direct?
you
Shang-Chi
I did.
Shang-Chi too? You
Let's
never
shout to the
know.
universe! Let's shout it to the
Let's
universe!
claim it for Reggie Lee.
Yes!
We call you RL. Let's claim it for
Hey, call me
RL.
RL. I love it.
Yeah. So is there like a specific role that you want to put on your bucket list that you're like, oh, I wish I still, I'm gonna have it one day.
I did a role on it. Here's what I don't know if you guys have heard of, like, obviously we do, there's a pilot season, right? There are pilots that we do, television pilots, that the networks decide, first of all, they cast it, and then they decide, do we want to make this a series or not a series? And there was a role I did on a pilot that it literally was just this Filipino guy with a wife and kids. He was a doctor. He had a regular life and a family. And it's one of those things where I was like, I would love to play just this regular guy. Obviously, regular guys they're not regular. They have so many things going on, right? There are so many demons and so many things, but
happening in the basement with the
They're
regular guy.
bipolar.
I just want, but my dream role has always been kind of that bad guy, going back to bad guys, that actually has a good side, that actually gets redemption, but is always kind of battling with those demons of being bad or being good. That's what I always love. So, but that amidst like a family life, that's something, but these are why we produce, right? Because many times the roles that are here for us, sure. I mean, yes, we want to do them because they sell, but in many instances, there are things that we want to do. The only way I'm going to be able to do the roles that I think I really want to do are to be able to have someone write them and me produce them. So, and that's kind of what we're trying to do. So, yeah, I mean, it's almost so boring that it's like, oh, romantic comedy. But no, I mean, look at all these Oscar nominated films. It's like, please get like an Asian on there. You know, you see Parasite. I mean, look at Parasite.
Oh, wow.
That was like
True.
amazing, right?
Exactly.
I
know.
know.
I was like blown
I
away
feel
with
like
that movie.
we need like something like that. I want something like that for Filipinos. You know, something that's that dynamic and that like deep. That's the kind of role I would like to do. That kind of stuff.
Well, you're
So-
already there, so hey, maybe one of these days.
You're on the
are
cusp.
you?
Yes.
Do you want to venture into directing? I have a feeling you're going to be a good director.
I always like the actor's point of view. The director's point of view is almost like parang yung stage manager. It's like a stage manager. It's like having to like organize people and like make sure everyone's in the right place. At least that's for TV. For film, I think that there's a little more leeway. I would love that. You know, I love one of my favorite directors is Ang Lee. And I just love his directing style. Yeah, I would love to do that one day. I tried writing once, that didn't work out. I'm not a writer. But that's why I have other people come to me and say, oh, I wrote something for you and we'd love for you to produce this. I love that. You know, but it's been a journey. I'm grateful. At the end of the day, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of it.
We're grateful that you're here in front of us.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I'm
so
here
much,
with
my
you.
God. And also, wait, I promise last question. I always say this.
Okay, no problem. No,
Okay.
always.
What about have you met the right person in your life? Are you single?
This will be not over a glass or two. If not,
Yes.
we're not going.
Are you
we're
single?
not
Hold on,
going to
I
invade
need
your
more
love
of this.
life.
Oh, are you single?
I'll just say I'm not single.
Oh,
You're happy. There you
Some
go.
of the girls will
I'm
be
very
like,
happy.
"Oh, you're very
I'm
happy."
very
Then
happy.
there you go.
Oh yeah.
That's all what matters the
We're
most.
very
right?
happy for you that you're happy in your career and you're
And
happy in your love life.
everything.
Yes.
To be continued when I'm in New York. Out
Promise?
with you
Oh my
guys.
God, yes.
When are you going
be
here? When are you
continued.
coming?
Are there any plans?
I'm long overdue for a trip to New York.
Oh
Long
my God.
overdue. Do you know, before the pandemic started, I had 2 trips planned to New York.
Oh.
Both of them canceled.
Oh, is it for
So,
work or
It
or
was
vacation?
one was for work, one was for pleasure. But I always love to come there. I when I was doing Carousel was my only time that I lived in New York. It was at Lincoln Center, and I just loved it. You know, so I miss New York. I miss my friends in New York. I would love to meet you guys, meet up with you guys, all of the above.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
So-
Imagine we'll be hanging out with Reggie Lee. We'll be like,
Oh,
are you?
please. I'll be hanging out with you.
I'll be
That's
like,
what it is.
slap my face, Zeka. Slap my face.
Yes, I will definitely slap your face very hard.
Oh
Don't
my-
worry.
I'm sure you would
I
love
just-
that. You.
I just have to acknowledge, like, all these people with the comments. I've been wanting to. I thank you guys so much for tuning
Yes.
in, and
Oh my
and
God, yes.
I wish I could talk to each and every one of you and comment back. I
And
really do, but I'm
you know-
so grateful you're here.
Yes.
And when this podcast ends, there'll be more people who's going to tune in because it's going to go all over the
Oh
world.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
I love it.
Oh
I love
my
it
God.
for you guys. I am coming back every week. We're just gonna do. Listen, we're just gonna do a happy hour every week. That's
Yeah,
Oh my God. Oh, I
what's
love
up?
happy
What
hour.
happened to you? Yeah, day job and that stuff.
A day job and that's it. But probably
That's it.
because our life is kind of boring, so we probably like just listen to
please.
you and just be like, so what happened to this? Okay, so let's talk about chismis. So who's your
You
who's your
guys,
crush?
you guys sound like the most unboring people in the whole world. I can't wait. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell all once I see you in New York.
Oh my God!
That's a promise.
I cannot wait. I
Oh my
cannot
God.
wait.
Well, we are going to hold
Thank you.
hold you under that promise, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. I'll add
I
you on
know.
Facebook.
Okay. I know MJ's on here, so hi
Yes.
MJ. I just
Yes.
have to say hi to MJ. He's been an amazing another person who has
I love MJ.
put Filipinos front and
Yes.
center, and so grateful for him.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Thank
Anyway.
you.
Ano
You
siya,
know what he
mabait,
told
hindi,
me?
Hindi siya madamot. Yan.
Hindi madamot. You know what
Hindi.
MJ told me? You know what MJ told me?
What
He
did
said,
MJ tell you?
It was like, Jesse, I'll be honest with you. He is, as in, the nicest, not one of, the nicest. Yes,
Aw, you
Filipino
guys.
Hollywood actor
Kaya nga,
that he ever
kaya
met.
nga
That's what
hashtag
he told
blessed,
me.
diba?
Yes, that's what he
Oo.
told me. I was like, really? So I was asking about you. I was like, Jesse, I swear, he is the nicest. Very down to earth. I was like, wow. Like, for a person like
talagang
who's
sobrang nice.
so successful.
Sobrang nice niya, Jessie, when we hang out here in New York, libre pa niya tayo. Oh my God.
Uy, wag kang nakakahiya. Nakakahiya ka talaga.
Charot lang yan.
Absolutely.
Joke lang. Charot.
Absolutely.
Kami mag-treat sa'yo. Ano ba?
Absolutely.
Oh my
What is it?
God.
Blow
Grabe.
out. Blow out.
Yes!
Blow
Oh,
out.
oh,
Blow
no,
out.
joke to
Blow
ulit.
out.
Yeah. Come on, boy. Use that Grimm money. Charot ulit yun.
Nagiyak ka
God.
talaga, Jekas. Sampalin kita dyan. Oh my God. Thank
You guys are so funny. Okay,
Oh.
sige. Okay.
Oh, sige.
Okay.
Okay. Oo nga pala. Oh, we have to go na ba, Jekas? O, sige na.
Okay.
Dahil
Oo na, kaya mo pa
nakakahiya na
ata
raw
eh.
sa'yo
Sige na.
eh.
Oh, matutulog pa
Oo
siya.
nga
Mapapahinga
pala.
siya.
Pero wait, teka, before we go, is there any shows that you want to plug? And also, this is the last message for everyone, especially those
To your global fans.
to your global fans,
Yes.
especially to those striving artists, the Filipino artists who wants to be like you, who wants to follow your footsteps, but just they don't know what to do, where to go, and they're lost. So, can you give them a very like a inspiring advice?
Absolutely. Well,
Yes.
inspiring. It's just from me to you guys. Listen, I'm available for anybody to reach out to in social media or whatever. I'll always answer your questions, and if you have questions about this business and starting and whatever you need for me to help you, I'm here. A, but B, the biggest lesson I've learned for myself, truly, and I'm still learning it, is to really believe in myself. It's the hardest thing to do. It's like the simplest and the hardest thing to do. But I want you guys to believe in yourselves, because that's the number one thing. And to be authentically you. That's what's going to get you hired. And always the second part is study. Study. If you're passionate about it, don't get into it because you're going to be a star, or that stuff will come. It'll come. If it's for you, that'll come. But get in it because you love to play pretend. And it's the best job in the world. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I'm here for you.
Wow. Ganun ka, you're that kind. You're very kind. Because
No,
everyone
we're
has
just all
that.
trying to help each other, right? So that's, I
True,
think
true,
that,
true.
that's important.
Sabi ko na nga ba,
Especially now.
mama sang eh. Just kidding. Everyone were laughing when I said that. They were like commenting. What's like, Jesse, visit ka. Mama
know.
sang. Like the pimp of like, yeah, one of these days
The
you'll be
new
like,
pimp
I'm
of
going to
the
get that hat.
I
When
know.
I come
It'd be
to
like-
you in New York, I'm going to have a
yeah,
hat
it'll be
on.
like, hey, what's
Yeah.
up? What's up?
After escaping the gang actor roles, and now you became a police, Jesse wants you to go back to being a pimp. So
A
there
pimp.
you go.
Right. There you go. I'ma hook
right.
you up. I'ma
Pimp.
hook you
Okay.
up.
Okay.
Let's play a pimp. That's next.
Oh my God. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much,
guys.
Reggie.
Thank
you
you.
so much
We'll
for
add you,
having
we'll
me.
add you in Facebook, huh?
Please
Uh-oh.
do.
But anything that you
Please
want to
do.
plug? Anything that you want to plug? Coming, yes.
Next thing I'm in, I don't even know when it's coming out. It's on Netflix. It's called Lincoln Lawyer. And that's coming up, I think February. But hey, I play a Filipino. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yes.
We will definitely
Progress.
post it. And we
Progress.
cannot wait to watch Concepcion.
Yay!
Yes, and that too.
From your mouth.
Definitely.
From your mouth.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Reggie.
Love you guys.
Oh, love you. Okay,
Love you
Chicas,
guys.
close our show for tonight. Go.
Yes, thank you mga ka-OAGOT for tuning into this fun episode. Don't forget to share
Yes.
this amongst your friends. And also please follow us here in Over a Glacier 2 in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And also subscribe to our Over a Glacier 2 YouTube channel. Idol Reggie Lee!
Idol!
Cheers
Very
to you
much
guys.
for hanging out with us and nakipagkulitan ka sa amin. Let's have our last... Yes! Let's have our last toast this more night.
Yes.
Mga ka-OAGOT and Reggie, amidst the pandemic, let's still find ways to be happy. Let's all talk about it over a glass or two. Bye. Reggie, we love you. Thank you.
Reggie, we love you.
Bye, guys.
See you very soon. Bye, guys. Good night.
Get your mind and body rejuvenated with Monarch Montage, Skin Science and Medical Aesthetics, located in New York and Manila, bringing health and beauty wherever you go. From a simple Botox to a fat-reducing and muscle mass-gaining MSCO. For more information about their quality services and locations, call or text 917-633-7710 or email at monarchmontage@gmail.com. Monarch Montage, the beauty and health continuum.